In our last video, we learned that structured programming languages have the ability to redirect the code execution based on whether something is true or not. We also learned that structured programming allows a program to loop through code until something is no longer true. And finally, we learned that looping prevents the need to write out instructions again and again. That is, we write the code once, then repeatedly use or execute that code until a condition is false. The code is reused for each iteration. Now we look at even more structured code reuse. After the structured programming paradigm came the procedural programming paradigm. Procedural programming is an extension of structured programming. The procedural paradigm took the concept of code reuse even further. Procedural languages allow us to take lines of code and group them together in order to carry out a task. We can give names to these groups. These named groups are called procedures or subroutines or functions. When we want to use a function in a program, we can simply refer to that function name in our code. When the program is run, the execution will divert into the function. The function will then do what it needs to do in order to assist the overall program. Once the function has completed its task, execution resumes along the main program path. A function can be referred to or called in a program more than once. At the beginning of the sandwich making process, the chef might use a bread slicing machine to cut the loaf before continuing. The machine has a single job or function, and that is to cut the bread into slices. The chef uses this functionality as part of the process. The bread slicing machine can be used every time a sandwich is made. One benefit of functions is that they allow you to write code once and reuse it again and again. Another benefit is that functions allow you to break down a problem into smaller chunks, making it easier to solve. JavaScript and Python also have procedural capabilities. So what have we just learned? Well, we've learned that procedural languages allow us to take lines of code and group them together into things called functions in order to carry out a task. These groups can have names and will execute when the name is referred to in the code. A function can also be used in a program as many times as needed. Next, we look at how imperative languages attempt to model the real world of objects and their properties and their behaviors.